Wow, so there we are. 9 seconds in, you can actually see me and not the camera. So I'm not sure how many people I'm going to get this late at night on a Thanksgiving, but either way, I'm streaming live. If you saw my Instagram or my Twitter feeds, then you know I am. Or if you hit that notification bell from before, fantastic. I got a feeling this is going to be a quiet night, which is okay since this probably isn't going to be one of my longer videos anyway. Though I had planned for this to be a longer video, we had like a big Thanksgiving day where we did some chores together. We watched a movie, which I'm going to talk to you guys about, and we we just looked at some stuff and kind of planned out, like, in our heads, some of the stuff that we have to do on our condo. So tonight was a double feature, and that's kind of one of the reasons that I'm doing this video late. The other is because sometimes it's just nice to have some quality couples time, and we did that today. So we watched the Ed Wood's Orgy of the Dead and Ted V. Mikels' Astro Zombies. Hey Brian, welcome. Man, did you come in for like a night of like really high acclaimed films? So the one we did most of our focus on, though, was this one right here. And if you've never seen this movie, why not? This is a crazy film. So Orgy of the Dead is a film by A.C. Stevens, who brought us movies like, hey Mug, welcome, dude. Thanks for coming in. And you're here now, so always good, right? And you came in for Ed Wood night. So yeah, directed by A.C. Stevens, who brought us like films like Fugitive Girls, also by Vinegar Syndrome. Based at Dungeon Studios. No, I'm late too. That's okay. I just got in here. Hey, Dave Katana. This is written by Ed Wood, based on a novel that Ed Wood wrote. And if you've ever seen this movie, I'm going to say this right now, and I've never read the novel, and I'm going to be blunt. I have no idea how in the blue hell this could somehow be a novel. First off, before I go any further, now, and by the way, camera work by Ted V. Mikels. So, you got a trifecta right there. And, no, you got four, because starring Criswell. Now, Criswell, a lot of you guys are going to remember because he did the Esther Dayglow cover, actually. He did the kind of the opening kind of narration thing for Plan 9 from Outer Space. Remember that? Will you see into the future? So Criswell is the star of this film. I think so. I mean, like when it came out originally, there was like I did the thing of like trying to make sure everybody like got copies by letting them know. Here's the alternate artwork there, by the way. There's no nudity, so I can show it to you. Unlike this film, by the way, which is like all nudity. I'm not joking. Has anybody seen this film? Like if you've seen it, like just shout it out right now. Like the Tim well, this is a good example of like of that Ed Wood type of style of, like, it's not directed by Ed Wood, like he wrote it, but still. So I'm guessing you guys have seen Plan 9 from Outer Space, Glenn and Glenda, that type of stuff, right? Maybe even Jailbait with Steve Reeves. So Orgy of the Dead, the acting in Orgy of the Dead, particularly by the lead, well, kind of the lead, the hero guy. It's not much of a hero. It's worse than anything you can imagine in Glenn or Glenda or Plan 9 from Outer Space. No, the acting in those films are Academy Award winning compared to the acting in this. The acting in this is much worse. Yes, definitely worse than The Room. It's like, think of it this way. Brian, it's like if I said to you, okay, here's your script, here's your lines. Now, remember, exact acting. What I want you to do is, I want you to read those lines. Don't, do not, under any circumstances, I've got a gun to your puppy. Do not act those lines at all. Be as stiff as humanly possible. No emoting, none of that. But well, the film looks gorgeous. It's a great restoration. Basically, the idea. Oh no, no, phoning it in would be it's a step up. Like the girl in the film, Pat Barrington. Actually, she's not bad for what she has to do. It's not good acting, but compared to the guy, like somebody should just come over and just like pass her an award. But it's beyond phoning it in. But Criswell is so hammy. You know the way Criswell is anyway. And he's the Lord of the Dead, basically the Lord of the Underworld. The idea is there is this guy, and he's kind of like a Stephen Kingish type author. Oh, hi, Mark. I can't see this guy. If you've seen the lead actor, he does not look like a guy that would like be tripping out on anything. To be honest with you, if you can be kind of buff and super nerdy like Randall from Recess at the same time, that's what this guy is. I'm not joking here, guys. Anyway, so they are going on a trip. They're taking a drive because he wants to see a cemetery because he's a horror author, much like Stephen King. And he talks about, I could write other books. I wrote books before, things that, screenplays, things that didn't, like, about daisies and puppies and, dogs. All the time I wrote about dogs. I could tell you about that story. Not as much acting in that. But they have an accident, and it's hilarious. And they fall down. Like they follow the car, they're on the ground, right? Then we go over, and Criswell in the black Bela Lugosi cape from Plan 9 from Outer Space. And I'm not even joking. They did reuse the cape from Plan 9 from Outer Space in this film. That's what Criswell is wearing. And a girl that's supposed to be, and originally was written to be the vampire character, but actually is, I think Fawn Silver's her name. And she takes over the role in like, a black, dark hair and like white cake makeup. She's more buxom than a vampire is. And she's the only female in this movie, by the way, that is not nude. Ed Wood died, yeah, Ed Wood died years ago. And sadly, Ed Wood died sort of alone. Ed Wood drank a lot near the end, and he had a lot of issues. He was having an argument with the girl he was with. I'm not sure if it was his spouse or girlfriend. Either way, whichever it was, they argued. He went into a room. Somewhere in the night, he called out, and she was upset with him, and so she kind of ignored him. And not, but she was angry. Like, if you're angry with your partner and you want space, type of thing. So anyway, so somewhere within that night, he died. I think of like heart failure or something like that, in the middle of the night, alone, ignored. Sorry, didn't mean to bring the room down, but you asked, so I'm not gonna lie to you. That's the story of Ed Wood's passing. Nowadays, Ed Wood is like looked upon in ways that he never was back then. And if you're a student of film and you watch like Ed Wood's movies and stuff like that, and you've seen like films like The Room or Things and films like that, you realize Ed Wood was not a great filmmaker, but he wasn't as bad as a lot of the people you see now. I watched an Ed Wood movie for just pure entertainment value any day over in a Uwe Boll film, for instance. I can tell you which one of those I think is worth filmmaker, and I think you could guess it, me telling you. back to the plot, such as it is. So the what's it, the queen of the night and the lord of the underworld, Criswell, basically they come out and he says, "All right," he said, "let's start our judgment for this evening." So there's these two like kind of buff dudes, I guess in a wine style outfits or something like that. Like they're basically the guys who open the door or kind of bring people out. So what happens for the rest of the 90 minutes of this film, pretty much overall, is they'll say something like, "And this girl here loved gold more than anything." And so then you see a girl come out in a gold, like say for instance, the gold one, in a gold outfit, and she will begin to dance, and they'll switch back to Criswell and the girl, and they'll be like this, and then they'll switch back again, and now the girl will be basically naked. She'll have like a thong on or something like that, and she will perform a dance that I can only guess was choreographed by them, if not on set, then maybe, I don't know, an hour or two, maybe a day beforehand. After the dance is over, it'll go back to the guy and girl that were in the car accident, who will eventually be found out and they'll be taken by a mummy and a werewolf over to Criswell and the girl, tied to a stake each, where they're forced to watch the evening's entertainment of various, I guess, lost souls, dead people that are all happen to be female, because as Criswell's character says in the film, nobody wants to see men dance. That's a line. I'm not making that up. That's a line in this film. Because there's a sequence where basically the girl says, so well, what are we going to do with both of them? Well, it says, well, she will be for entertainment, but nobody wants to see men dance. So we get like the Indian, or I guess it would be Native American dance. We get to see like the girl that used to be a prostitute, like a streetwalker. She does a dance. The girl, by the way, the girl that loves gold, who is the most voluptuous, most buxom of the actresses that comes out and does the dance, is actually the lead character, Pat Barrington. Like either she's in a redheaded wig, or she's in like a blonde wig. This was done. You guys know I'm a huge Russ Meyer fan. In 1965, so it's around the nudie cutie time. Actually, I'm glad you mentioned that, like Russ Meyer's name, because there's an actress that was in what was it, Nick Against the Wild West? One of the Russ Meyer films. She's in this. So there's a Russ Meyer actress in this film. And there's one girl. I'm not sure if it's a Russ Meyer actress or not that's in it. There is a Russ Meyer actress, but there's one girl, and she comes later on in the film. And you would think that they would keep like the best dances and the best girls for, I guess, for later in the film. Oh my God, no. You ever watch Seinfeld? Well, remember Elaine's dance in Seinfeld? Well, there's a girl that does a dance in this movie that is worse than Elaine's dance in Seinfeld. And this is one of the very last dances. When you think it'll be amping up and getting better and better. No. They will go back to the mummy and werewolf, thankfully, because I can tell you this right now. There are like, I don't know, 9 or 10 girls that do burlesque, strippy style new dances in there. You will not be titillated. I don't think so anyway. I know that it totally didn't do I actually own Take It Out and Trade. I haven't seen it. God, I haven't watched it yet. I got the AGFA one, and I got Vault Years too. So that was one of the ones we thought about watching tonight. But you know, being 31 Days of Horror, this was more. You know, this had a mummy and a werewolf. There's no Chris Wall type of thing. It kind of suited it more for the horror thing. I gotta watch Take That and Trade though. We bought it when we were up in Bay Street Video in Toronto, Ontario. I think it is. As far as I know, it's still in print. Like I bought it in January, so I can't. Would it go to print that fast? Then again, I'm horrible for this stuff like this. To be completely honest with you. Oh, the score is hilarious. The score in this, I looked at Hind and I'm like, that's my better half's name, by the way. And I said, we totally got to buy the soundtrack to this film. And she just rolled her eyes at me. Oh, the soundtrack is bad. It's like now. Don't get me wrong. This I'm not saying don't see. I'm definitely saying see this movie. Definitely have this movie in your collection if you can. I am. I cannot wait to listen to the commentary on this film. I'm not even joking. When a movie is this in so many ways and yet entertaining, like we weren't bored. We were never bored. And the commentary, just to let you know, has Rudolph Gray, who was Ed Wood's official biographer, by the way, and Frank Henenlotter. Yes, the Frank Henenlotter. That's Sister Rock in her as well. Oh, you're gonna get some. Yeah, you're gonna get some really. So yeah, I always that Sexploitation is a great documentary. If you haven't checked it out, Severin put it out. Fantastic. Yep, that's the guy. It was made by Frank Henlotter, like they kind of just mentioned, from Basket Case, who made Basket Case, the trilogy, Frankenhooker, Brain Damage, films like that. He is a connoisseur of like exactly like Joe Bob. He's a connoisseur of exploitation. Much like Joe Bob, he knows his stuff. Anytime you get like a commentary or a interview with Henenlotter, it's always interesting. And he is blunt. I remember one time, and I was watching a VHS documentary about VHS collecting, right? There's a few of them out there. And there's a couple that are actually particularly like really, really good. And Henenlotter was being interviewed. And he said, those were the days. And I'll never forget this, because me and him were watching it. And we're like, yeah, he said, look at this cover here. This is a great cover. This VHS cover is a great cover. And then for some reason, it's like, not like Criterion covers, because they're boring. Which I thought about it, I love Criterion, but he's not wrong. Like a lot of the covers that I'd seen up to that point, yeah, they weren't exactly, didn't exactly take any chances. We'll put it that way. Though Monsters and Madmen, the fantastic Criterion covers there. But yeah, so Henenlotter is on the commentary of this one. Now, the quality of the films are good. The features, by far and large, are usually good. But some of the covers, like, let's be honest, that may not be the place where they put the most work into it. And I'm talking about some of the early stuff, for sure. And anyway, it's not me saying it, it's Frank Henenlotter. But yeah, this is a film. It is a film. But if you ever wanted to get an argument for physical media, right? I'm sure you can go and probably find this maybe somewhere, maybe on Amazon Prime or something like that, watch it there, or on Tubi or whatever. But even if you found this print, fantastic. For the commentary with Rudolph Gray and Frank Henlotter alone, oh God, no, not at all. This is kind of an Ed Wood type one, so that's not a problem. Yeah, this is worth picking up. There's also a interview with one of the actresses on the film, which I haven't watched yet, and there's an interview with Ted V. Mikels, who was still alive at the point, I guess. And one thing you can say about this one, cover's not boring. So take it and trade. I got it over here. I know where my AGFAs are, so this is Ed Wood's. Let's see if I can bring it over a little bit lighter. Oh, that's not helping. Take it and trade. Now, what's neat about this one is there is a bonus film on here called The Love Feast. Tell you what, I'll bring it over with me. Because this is kind of an Ed Woody night, so. So you can see it better. All right, so AGFA put out two, as far as I know, two Ed Wood selections. He should. I don't think he ever did, but he definitely should. Like even as posthumously, like he did. It's definitely worth looking for, the Orgy of the Dead. So this is Ed Wood's Take It Out and Trade. That is Ed Wood right there. And it is a 70-minute film. It's not a long film. And there are a bunch of special features, including a Love Feast, which is a 1969 film starring Ed Wood. So you get two films out of here. You also get a booklet, DVD and Blu-ray, and the alternate artwork for Take It Out and Trade, Love Feast, double feature there. Which is actually pretty cool. Feature-wise, there is a commentary on this one as well. And guess who's doing the commentary? Do you have it? Take a wild guess. Guess who's doing the commentary on this one? Come on, somebody. Not Joe Bob Briggs. Though he would be great for it. It's Frank Henenlotter and Rudolph Gray again. They also have outtakes on this one here as well. Now, don't think that's the only thing that they put out, like AGFA put out for Ed Wood. No, they also put out The Violent Years. And again, it comes with another film. And this time it comes with Anatomy of a Psycho. So you get two films on here. Again with a commentary track on Violent Years by, well, Frank Henenlotter, basket case, and Rudolph Gray, the official biographer of Ed Wood. And some gutter noir trailers. Yeah, a few of them are only available on DVD, actually. And this one does also have an alternate artwork on the inside of this one as well, which actually is really cool. I'm kind of glad that you actually made us show these because really proud of their releases. So down a couple of excellent. I got Scarface on Blu-ray with the original Paul Mooney Scarface, so I'm going to wait on that one a bit. But I'm waiting for like Black Friday, hoping it'll go down. Gutter Noir, yeah. But yeah, there you go. Like that's a bunch of Ed Wood movies you can get from AGFA, from Vinegar Syndrome. Let me just take a quick look and see if that is still available. I have a feeling it's probably not. Like I know the movie is, but I just don't know if that. I know they were low on that like slipcover when it came out. Come on, where's the search button on the small thing at? There it is up there. So it is Orgy of the Dead, right? I think the original title, they keep saying Night of the Ghouls in the movie over and over again. It is the Night of the Ghouls. Which kind of makes me think there may have been like an alternate artwork, alternate title for it. Yep, the limited edition is sold out, but you can still buy the regular edition of Orgy of the Dead. You're only missing the slipcover. It's a damn good slipcover, but you'll still have the artwork, like here on the inside, which is a kind of cool day glow artwork anyway. And it was a fun watch. It was definitely a fun watch. I love that film actually. It's Stallone, right? Oh, it's a good price. That's a damn good price for Scarface. The Mooney one is really worth watching. Boris Karloff's in that one actually. Not a huge role, but it's an important role. From MVD. MVD is putting up Mind Games next year, which is a film with an actor that I'm a really big fan of, by the way, and he was in Grease too. Actually, he starred in Grease too. The other one that we watched tonight was Ted V. Michaels' Astro Zombies, which I don't really have to get into too much because I've talked about this one ad nauseum before. Wendell Corey, John Carradine, of course, Tura Santana from Fast Pussycat Kill Kill is in this one. A great little film, hilarious. It does have a riff tracks commentary as a bonus feature on this, which I still haven't listened to, which I really should, because if anything, like deserves a riff tracks. Astro Zombies does, and it does have this kind of cool, whacked out, acid style cover on the back. Oh, have a great one and enjoy your evening there. This is gonna be like a short one because I got to work tomorrow anyway. But I did not want to miss a day. So, because this one started after 12, no, this still is yesterday's, basically, and I will be doing one today, tomorrow, whatever you want to call it. It's worth checking into again. It's not a great film. Yeah, pretty good. I mean, it still got me the ear thing going on, but it's pretty good. Astro Zombie should be really cheap. I mean, like for instance, this one here, I bought this one during like a sale, like the Kino Lorber sale, and I think it was like maybe $8, right? Like, and that's like in Canadian. I don't know if I'll get the Old by Arrows one. I might get the Vengeance trilogy down the road. Like, I have the three of them. No, John Carradine. Forget John Carradine. I mean, you want to talk about wasted, and are you talking about wasted as in like wasted like screen time? Like John Carradine never met a script he didn't like. He's kind of like Nicolas Cage that way. But Wendell Corey was literally wasted. Like I'm not, not even joking. Throughout the entirety of this film, it was sad actually. But I like, I like Carradine. And Ted V. Michaels actually there's a commentary by him on her as well. Because you get it. And there's another commentary by Chris Alexander. So there's three commentaries on this one. Chris Alexander, didn't he like write, like, what was it? Was it Fangoria, Rumor? One of those magazines. Sorry guys, I'm like, I'm a little out of it tonight. I know he did one of those magazines, and I think does Delirium now for like Full Moon. I could be wrong, but I'm thinking he did. 20 or 25. Well, 20's not bad, I guess. Especially for around here. We live in Canada, Warlock. We always pay more. It's true. But yeah, the Kino sales usually have some good stuff. I'm a huge fan of Italian horror, probably more so than any other. Italian horror and slashers are like my go-to. I You watch my channel, you're gonna see that. You're gonna see me do like a lot of Italian videos, because that's my. I grew up watching giallos and slashers, and reading Agatha Christie novels. So that was kind of my thing when I was in college. It was like John Saul, which I hope some of you guys know who that is. John Saul was an actor that became a novelist and started writing like horror novels. I still plan to do hopefully sometime this week a book related, like 31 Days Horror, and well, books, magazines, and comics basically. And John Saul will be mentioned during that one, The Howling. The book, I read the Howling books. I saw the first Howling film, and I think I read the books, some of the books before I watched all the films. Some are cheap in the Scream Factory. You mean like the Scream Factory edition or any edition? Because like right now you can probably get like on Amazon or at your local like video store. There is like a cheaper like a slimline version of the Omen collection, It won't have as many features on it, just to let you know, and it won't have Omen 4, the TV film, but it'll have the three theatrical release Omen films on there, and that is out there and available to get. If not, then I'd say just wait for like a sale, or put the Omen collection, the Scream Factory Omen collection, in your Amazon wish list, and they'll and go into your cart once a night, and they'll let you know when it drops in prices. Oh, I love 4. Well, yeah, then put it in your Amazon, put it in a wish list on Amazon, and just once a night after 12, go hit on cart on Amazon. It'll let you know when it goes down in price, and then you can order it once the price goes down. I did hear that Deep Discount is having a sale right now. I've never ordered from Deep Discount, so I don't know if somebody here can tell you, I don't know. I don't know the reliability of Deep Discount, how long they take, whether shipping's like anything like that. I do know that there are some people that do order from them, and they're having like a buy so many get so much off type of thing, like buy 2 get 10%, buy 3 get 15%, that type of thing. House by the Cemetery is a great little film. House on the Edge of the Park, by the way, is my favorite like film by that has God, what was I going to say? It's my favorite film that with by the sleaze master himself, whose name I'm not going to remember right now because the fly set looks incredible. I want that one too. Yeah, I do. I actually do have to work because I work for a place that like deals with the United States, and it's not their Thanksgiving. So hey, Scooter. I like Fly too. I do. Oh, and the Fly collection, by the way, Dave Katana includes 5 films. So you're getting the classic Fly trilogy, as well as the Jeff Goldblum Fly, and the Eric Stoltz one. That's what I wondered about Warlock. That's why I never ordered from them. What's the best Scream Factory release so far? It really depends. I guess overall, like I guess the Halloween set, that's something that nobody ever thought was going to happen. Uh, but that's by far their biggest thing, the biggest deal that they ever did. For me, like when they put out Silent Night, Deadly Night 1 and 2, and they put out like Urban Legend, those were huge for me, like personally, and the fact that they put like feature-length documentaries on every one of those releases was enough for me to want it right there. The Critics Collective. There you go. See, everybody has a favorite when it comes to that. So that's why it's hard to say. Uh, but when they came out, like Scream Factory came out swinging, right? With the Halloween 2 and 3, great editions, filled to the brim with stuff. Uh, I s- I think I've neglected Scream Factory recently, like in the last year or so, because I have been buying a lot of of other stuff and like alternate stuff. Like I haven't, I honestly, the kid on, I haven't seen the 4K transfer on Gremlins yet. Yeah, the I'm kind of waiting for the flash sale for Godzilla as well. I don't think I'll be picking. That's not what I'm picking up like on day one. I know there's going to be people picking up on day one. Like there's going to be some YouTubers that'll do it so that they can do the unboxing and stuff like that. Those guys have more money than me, which is okay. uh, I unfortunately can't do that. Yeah, seriously, there's a few people that had like the trilogy, so you're not alone with that. I don't think it'd be 59.99 any time. Like just look at the Bergman set. That half price. Yes, that's never going to. I haven't seen Three from Hell. Is it worse than Halloween 2? Because dude, that is going to be a feat. Holy crap! Yeah, I heard Three from Hell's bad. But now to be to give like some There was other things going on the way. The Many Faces of Jason Voorhees. Which one is that? I mean, I've seen a few. I've got like a Crystal Lake Memories, and I've got the one before that, like the one they put out, the Friday 13th one. It was not a. Some people think it, but I do not like it. What's a chaos? Oh, Lords of Salem, I think you mean. Lords of Salem was for me personally because I like. Oh yeah, then I have seen that because I like. I like that style of film. I like especially the '70s like style of like witchcraft films and stuff like that. I actually did get a lot of Lords of Salem. I liked it a lot actually. Like his best put together film is still Devil's Rejects, but Lords of Salem is technically his best like actual cinematic piece in my like not so humble opinion. I love Season of the Witch. The only time I deal directly with Criterion Dungeon Studio, and it was a great experience, was their flash sale where my better half got the Ingrid Bergman box set. Ingmar Bergman box set. Ingrid Bergman. That's totally different. Ingmar Bergman box set for me for my birthday, which I opened up here and I was like blown away because damn. Yeah, Halloween 3 is by one of my favorite like writers actually, which is Nigel Neal, who did the Quatermass films. Which, if you have not seen the Quatermass films by by Hammer, definitely, definitely like to see those because Quatermass, it was fantastic. Quatermass 2, same thing. Quatermass and Pit still I think is really good. I think it's time for Rob to get a partner, somebody that can somebody that's not a yes person. That can say, this is a good idea, but like let's either rein it in here or let's like punch up the rating there type of thing. We can agree on that one. Uh, it is definitely a good standalone film. I'll let you know. Like anytime there's any sales, if I know, like at the time, and I can come on the camera, I will always like try to let you guys know anytime that there's any sales from either like any of the companies, like what I do with the Raro, what I do with like what I do with Kino, what I do with like Screen Factory and Arrow. If like there's a sale coming up type thing, obviously it's a flash sale. I'm at work, and I can't let you know then, but I'll do my best to let you know either way. So I mean, Tarantino should do a movie together. That uh, I I don't know because those are two strong personalities, man. Creepshow 3, are you talking about the one that was made by a different company? No, actually, there's a lot of people. Actually, I'm not a fan at all of that film, but there's a bunch of people on here that I would tell you right now that were huge fans of that film, and they let me know when I said I didn't like it. But actually, I like the Creepshow TV series. The original Creepshow TV series was a show called Tales from the Dark Side, but I also like the new Creepshow series. I think it's been pretty good so far. It's been uneven in the episodes, but whatever it's called, Head of the House is one of the creepiest things that I've seen in a long time. It works. Like it really works. So okay, so no, actually, there was legitimately people on here that really do like that film. So I try always not to, just because something is not my taste, somebody else is gonna like it. Well, Jamie Curtis, now she's the OG. We all get older because Danielle Harris will probably not be in a Halloween film because she was in the Rob Zombie one. That's probably the more than likely that would be why. He's still like George Romero. Day of the Dead 2 was the other one that he took, right? And that was atrocious. Like in my opinion anyway, the Day of the Dead film that he did was atrocious. Like the Del Toro box set is one of the ones that's on my list as well. That's a gorgeous box set. Do I hate Jason Goes to Hell? I don't hate it. I don't think it's a good Friday the 13th film. My least like Friday the 13th film to date is probably still, and it used to be Jason Goes to Hell, is still going to be one that a lot of people love, and that's Freddy versus Jason, which I think works okay for a Nightmare on Elm Street film, but I think it doesn't do well for a Friday the 13th film. Robert Forster is the person you're there, and he did pass away. He was fantastic in that. But no, Jason Goes to Hell, not a great film. Not a big fan of it. But Freddy versus Jason was the worst one for me. They'll do something else in the timeline, whether they go back or. I blame, you know, I blame a lot of it on the fact that you chose a director that really didn't know the franchises at all, and and he said, well, it wasn't me. It was like the studio that wanted to get rid of Kane, and then it came out that it was kind of him. Getting good Friday 13 box sets. There was a steel set that came out. I'm not a fan of the way it was done, like the way that it looks, but actually it's a really good set overall. There was like the DVD set with the kind of miniature Jason hockey mask, which I thought was really cool. But and there of course was there's a slimline set which is around 20 bucks now, and it's got all the features that all the other sets had, and it has the Paramount ones. The first 8 films are really what you need. You can go and buy the other ones on like cheap like double features like or get them on DVD because the really important ones, the ones you're really going to watch over and over again, is going to be they're going to be the ones in that 8 set. Tommy Jarvis versus Jason in Alaska. Well, just leave it at Camp Crystal Lake. Make it a wintertime. Ready for a horror debate? Well, it's going to be a quick one because I'm actually about to end the video because I got to work tomorrow. But go for it. You think Freddy clearly won? I don't think it was that clear. I think if they would have put in the alternate ending, it would have been much more clear. There's a reason that they left it more. Hey, Action Jackman, that they left it a little bit more like ambiguous. I guess not to piss off fans on either side. But with the Freddy winking at the end, that's kind of made me think that it was, Freddy basically winning overall and getting what he wanted. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, Friday 3, Elm Street 3, or Scream 3? What's the best? Uh, Friday. Friday 3. Oh, wait a minute, no. Elm Street 3 is probably one of the best of the Elm Street films. But I just really love Friday the 13th Part 3. Oh yeah, Kevin Bacon was like one of the. He gets one of the best deaths actually. He gets the arrow come up through his throat, and it gets to be one of the goriest ones by accident because they couldn't get the blood to come through, so he kind of had to blow, and which made the blood gush more than it was initially supposed to. I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. You're never gonna hear me say like bad things about that one. That's the Jeff Burr directed one, and I thought that has like Ken Frey in it. I thought it was a great film. It's just coming out there, really? Hey, Giovanni. Definitely upgrade time, dude. That's exciting. I remember when I finally got Friday the 13th on Blu-ray here. That was a big deal for me. Return of the Living Dead 3. Melinda Clark. Can't go wrong with Melinda Clark, guys. She is utterly gorgeous. Stepfather 2. Did you do Puppet Master 4 and 5? I have a friend that doesn't like. I love Pumpkinhead too, but a friend doesn't like it. It's true the Shining's 20 minutes longer in the U.S. version and the U.K. version. I don't know that actually. When I originally got the Friday the 13th set, I actually did a lot actually, more than once. You want to just Frankenstein it, don't you, with the Antarctica thing? You're a bad man. All right, guys. Horror's always changing mirrors the state of society. That is so true. The more messed up society is, the better the horror films tend to be. We're in a time period right now, Warlock, when you're going to see more sequels. Like whether you like it or hate it, it's something that's going to happen. Martin Scorsese doesn't like it. But the thing, yeah, I wouldn't say so much it's the lazy writer side of it as it is that's, you know, you produce the content that people want to watch and that people pay for. And unfortunately, whether we like it or not, like there is like original horror coming out all the time, original films coming out. But that being said, a lot more people went to see the latest Star Wars movie or the latest Marvel film or the latest DC production than went to see, I don't know, Midsummer or, or even a Blumhouse, like smaller one like Annabelle or something like that. More people went to see some of that stuff. And when, for instance, Blumhouse does something that's outside of the universe of the Conjuring universe, even though those don't do the greatest, they do okay. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. They tend to not do as well. Child's Play, for instance, the remake, could easily have been its own film. Could have called it Buddy or something like that. But the lure of putting the Child's Play name on it, even if it may take away from some of the people that will watch it. It's the lure of like that money from like getting people to come in just because Child's Play's name is on it was too much for studio to resist. So the stuff is out there. You just got to support it. As long, if you want to see more, like all I say, like basically, if you want to see more original stuff out there, you want to see more original content, because it's out there. There's film festivals all the time, and there's a ton of like original content coming out. You just gotta look for it. Gotta support it. Go see it. Chucky versus Leprechaun. Why not, right? Hey, why not? But with that being said, guys, it is late. I have to work in the morning. And I can't even have tea. So, Psycho remake. Oh yeah, we'll get into that. I'll do a Psycho day one of these days. We'll talk about all of them, right? I'm Aaron. This is the movie library. You guys are the movie club. You guys rock. You make me smile, even when I can't hear. Have a great evening. This has been another 31 Live Days of Horror. I'm trying not to let you down. I'm trying not to miss a day. Fingers crossed I keep that up. Have a great evening, and I will see you later.